Our next speaker is going to cover two very important areas, military service and police department opportunities. We are very privileged to have with us General Singer, whose career, he is a practicing civil and criminal lawyer for the last 30 years. He was 32 years the chief of police, worked his way up from the ranks of the Greenwich Police Department, which is the largest police department in Westchester, so he can address that area very successfully. His military career began at the U.S. Air Force, the New York National Guard, the 991st Field Artillery. He started as a private. He was in the active Air Force. He flew with B-47 nuclear-equipped bomb group in the Strategic Air Command. In the U.S. Army, he was the military police officer in the Rainbow Division. He was commissioned by the President on his retirement as a general. And he was recalled to state active service as the commanding general of the New York Guard Army Division, the World Trade Center attack and recovery operations. So he speaks very successfully in those two fields. We're very happy to have him with us. He's a member of our chapter, General Singer.
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me here today. I feel like I belong to the Greek church and all. I'm not Greek.
Bravo.
However, I go back to Father Nick, Father Peter, and met Father Pat. It's a pleasure to come here. I feel like part of the community. Why anybody would invite me to speak for career thing is beyond me. However, now that I'm here, I don't look like anybody needs a job here to meet, a couple of young people. But I'll tell you briefly, I'm a great example of someone who doesn't know what they want to do. Except it took me 50 years to figure out I didn't know what I want to do. Studies have shown most people graduate high school don't know whether they want to be doctors or lawyers or truck drivers or carpenters or engineers or architects, and that's not uncommon. And people kind of develop it, they go along. I guess people come from families who are professionals and maybe a little more adhesive, that they want to be what their parents were. Although I have friends of mine who are doctors and all their kids are lawyers, and all the friends of mine who are lawyers, all their kids are doctors. Got to be something to that, correct? And that's no joke either. That's for real, all right? I know a little bit about what everybody talked about here today, including radiology, because when I studied radiology, it was standing next to a hydrogen bomb and a B-47 bomber about 5 feet away for 4 years. And I never loaded my carrier similar on my neck, which was never read in the 4 years I was there. So, I'm radioactive, it's lasted a long time. But we did have to learn about alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, and all those other kind of rays. But at that age, you know, who cares, right? So anyway, the bottom line, I can't really tell you what to do. I can tell you this. And by the way, I want to thank John Descos for inviting me here today. I didn't know I was married to a Greek woman. Actually, she was born in Dublin, Ireland. But John Descos told me there's two kind of people, Greeks and those who wish they were Greeks. So I guess she's Greek. We just came back. I should have been a comedian. I came back from Ireland about 3 weeks ago. We celebrated our 56th wedding anniversary. In the police department, she was religious because they used to call her Saint Anne for being married to me. So anyway, I started my career out totally confused. I quit high school when I was 15 years old. I didn't like school. I liked some of the teachers, but I don't like going to school every day because the pool hall seemed a little more interesting. In fact, I remember my father drove a gasoline truck for Getty Oil. I remember going down Broadway in the Bronx, and I heard the brakes of an air truck. Did you ever hear that? I looked up, and sure, there was my father. I thought he was about 9 feet tall, and he said to me, "Donnie, what are you doing out of school? Your mother's going to kill you." As big as he was, he thought my mother was going to get me. So I decided I better leave that. I joined the Field Artillery, believe it or not, when I was 15 years old, due to an administrative error on my birth certificate. I got a lawyer here. He'll tell you the statute of limitations is up, correct? Anyway, so I waited until I was. The reason I got caught was I joined the Marines, and they were a little sharper than the field artillery. So anyway, at 17, I did join the United States Air Force. I spent 4 years on active duty. I spent 2 tours in North Africa with the 30th Bombardment Squadron of the 19th Bomb Wing. The military is a very good career if you like that kind of structured service. And it is structured, very structured. And I don't know about young people today, how they would take to that kind of structured environment. But there are a lot of people who like the idea of having things planned for you. The opportunities are great. There is a tremendous career field. There's doctors, there's lawyers, there's everything you find in civilian life you're going to find in the military. I found out later on, when I came out of this, well, actually the reason I was able to get on the police, I don't want to talk about myself like you did.
I didn't even mention that I was in the
for half an hour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, I did have an opportunity. I didn't go to medical school, but I did have an opportunity to take it. Does anybody know what the GED test is?
Yes.
Okay, I had the opportunity to take it.
Equivalency
It was
exam.
Say that again?
Equivalency examination.
Yes, that's
High school
correct.
equivalency.
I don't know what I was equivalent to, but I became equivalent. I did take the test.
Are you sure you're not a comedian?
No, but I was thinking of going into that field. Anyway, I did take the GED test, and this is no joke. I took it in the tent in Morocco, in North Africa, on the Sahara Desert. And I remember the first sergeant called me again. He said to me, "Hey kid," I said, "Yes." He said, "Go over to that tent. There's a lady here from the Department of Defense going to give you a GED test." I said to myself, what would a woman be doing in Morocco on the Sahara Desert? And sure enough, there was a lady there. Sat down, took the test. Didn't hear for about a year, and then I got a letter saying that I passed. How I did it was beyond my belief, but I did. Anyway, when I got out of the service, I turned the GED test into a regular high school diploma, and I went on the police force. And if you like police work, that's also a structured environment, all right? Started as a patrolman, sergeant, lieutenant, captain, worked on a lot of very serious cases, worked on a lot of homicide cases, but most of the work and police work is routine work of assisting people. If you want to help people and you want to help society, police work is a good way to go. And there's a lot of different jobs in the police career too. All right, I sent 12 police officers, the first in Westchester County, to Albert Einstein School of Medicine, and started the first advanced police paramedics in Westchester County. Because when I was a young cop, we'd get a call, someone had a cardiac arrest, you go to we had a bottle of oxygen in the trunk of the car. And you can it's a little limited in what you can do. When we finished with the paramedic program, these police officers were highly trained paramedics. They could give like 23 drugs intravenously. We had electrodefibrillators for the heart, and we did save, and they continued to save a lot of lives. This was innovative thinking back in the days when there was no such thing. Today, the Greenberg Police in White Plains is one of the advanced police paramedics in New York State. We were the first ones. We developed the first police computers and police cars, helped recover stolen property from people. I worked with IBM. I worked with various hardware companies, and we developed the first computers that you see in police cars today. The first police department in the state of New York, including New York City, was the Greenberg Police in White Plains. We ran all the. We worked out a deal where if you wanted to have a police department and you wanted a computer in a car, which was a great thing because an officer on patrol for the first time could type in a name, a date of birth, a piece of equipment, an identification number, a vehicle identification number, and we recovered all kinds of stolen property from people. So it was a great idea, innovative thinking. So that was my, and I stayed there and rose to the ranks. I was chief of police of the largest town police force in New York for 20 years, and my 32 years in the police force. So what's the other thing I did? Oh yeah, my commercial pilot business. That didn't go too far, but I have been a commercial pilot for 50 years, and I still fly. My nephew is a pilot for American Airlines. He was a naval officer. And by the way, those who go into the military as an officer, either through the service schools, or through ROTC, or through, or one more, OCS.
Direct.
And then a direct commission like I got. I got a direct commission from the President of the United States. Somebody told me that he was at a bar drinking one night and had too many drinks and signed the paper. Otherwise, I don't know how to do it. But anyway, the military can be a step. If you're a pilot in the military, like my nephew, Navy pilot, he became a pilot. He flies a 777 now from Miami to South America once a week, and he's an airline pilot. He got that. The military paid for his training. So you can get a lot of this education paid for All right, going to the military academy is a good way to get a college education where someone else is paying for it. And you have to serve 4 or 5 years in the military, but a lot of people go on to the military medical schools. We have our own medical school in Washington where you can get a medical degree and stay right in the system. So that's one way to do it. I forgot the last one. But that's about it. It was a pleasure talking to you. It was a pleasure coming here today. It's always a pleasure to see all of you. It's a wonderful community here. When I walk into the driveway, I can feel the love, compassion, and companionship here. I think it's a wonderful thing in our society today. Thank you very much.
Long live the Irish.
Oh, yeah.
And that's quite an impressive resume. You covered the comedian piece. Many opportunities out there.